need it.
Board of County Commissioners now in session. We'll begin with a prayer followed by the pledge. Commissioner Jones, would you lead us in prayer, please?
Yes, sir. Heavenly Father, we thank you this morning for this day. Thank you for this time you've given to each one of us. We ask today for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. God, continually helping us to make the best choices for all the residents, citizens of Franklin County. Thank you for this today in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next on the agenda would be payment of county bills.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion on the floor by Commissioner Lockley, second by Commissioner Massey. Any further discussion by the board? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? That motion carries.
Good morning, Commissioners. We have a few special guests we would want to get to before we get to the Director's report. Our first guest would be our new tax collector, Mr. Watson.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman and members of the commission, I want to come over and say hello and tell you how much I look forward to working with you all again. The appointment was sudden. The governor wanted to move quickly because the live auction for the tax certificates is coming up very quickly. Everywhere I've gone, I've heard just great things about the staff, and I find that to be true. They're excellent. Jimmy Harris has been very generous with his time to make an easy transition, and the tax collectors have called, many have called, and I think the transition will go smoothly. The timing of my appointment was good. I don't know if you knew that I was shutting down my lobbying practice in Tallahassee, and so I thought I was going to retire, but I'm not going to retire quite yet. It's been a tough year for local government in Tallahassee. It's a real disagreement of opinion, as you know, between the House and the Senate. I don't know what's going to happen on some of the big issues, but I want to tell you that Chris Doolin, who represents the rural counties, is doing a very good job for you. And I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Any questions from the board for Mr. Rick? Thank you for coming in today, Rick.
Thank you.
Commissioners, also in the audience is Ms. Louise Hester from Senator Bill Nelson's office. They have office hours today, and she's going to explain that further.
Please come forward, state your name for the record.
Mary Louise Hester with Senator Bill Nelson's office. Good morning, and thank you for allowing me to be here today. I'm going to be doing office hours right outside, and if anyone has anything of a federal nature that they would like to discuss or share with the senator, I'm happy to meet with them. So thank you very much.
Thank you for coming in today.
And one more, if you see a bunch of students in the back, that's a good thing. That's a civic class. I'll let Ms. Harlan Walker come up, and I know she's there somewhere. For those of you that don't know, Pastor Walker from the Health Department, this is his wife.
Civics class.
I think it is civic class.
That was my favorite subject now.
Yes, ma'am.
That was my favorite subject, history and civics.
Please state your name for the record.
Good morning. My name is Harlan Walker, instructional coach at Franklin County School, and we have a group of 7th graders visiting with the meeting today, and it's their civics class. So we thought it would be great for them to actually see county government in action, things that they're learning about in class. So thank you so much for having us today.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Sit back and enjoy it. I love it.
We'll begin with Department Director's report. Howard Neighbor, Superintendent of Public Works.
Did we do the minutes?
No minutes, no minutes.
Oh, no minutes?
Didn't have him.
Good morning, Commissioner. How y'all doing?
Just
We
fine.
got a couple items on the grass cutting. We've started cutting grass. We've had some calls and complaints about, the grass the ditches being growed up, so. And we ain't gonna be cutting no flowers, especially on 67 and some of that to get a point.
Please don't cut those flowers just yet. Just do one blade across, one wing across there, and we'll be all right until the end of May.
And I got another item on a log, and I think on 67, I think was Michael supposed to,
Yeah.
something up on the log.
Oh, yeah. Item number 1 of my report, Commissioners. Forestry has informed your staff of the intent to start the thinning of a stand of pine pulpwood at the end of this week. This stand of pine pulpwood is located on County Road 67, as indicated on the attached map, and is approximately 124 acres. Forestry feels that with the spring dry down, provides an opportunity to use the available crew to thin this timber. There will be 3, maybe 4 interior ramps built that will avoid equipment operation at the road edge of County Road 67. Lime Rock Road base will be temporarily placed in the swale to allow the passage of the trucks in and out of the stand. It will be removed once the crew has completed their interior thinning. The project will last for about a month. I've made Mr. Howard Davis aware of the project. What, I did talk to David Morris yesterday, and I said, well, David, what happens when a rainstorm event comes and we experience flooding? He guaranteed that he will race out there and they will put culverts to ease off the flooding.
Can I
Howard
come
could
in?
address this a lot better than I could.
Are they gonna put culverts in before, or?
No, that's the thing.
Well, and, this commissioner's gonna jump in there, because, the thing about it is this. We have, that road is an area, it's a 10-mile long stretch in there, and this is in the middle of that area. And just to clarify it with the board so they all know, where Riverbend Plantation starts, or their property line is right there, it goes up that way towards Sam Neal's, the edge of Sam Neal's property on the riverside. And you've got 6 outfall ditches and a curve in there. My suggestion to Michael, and then I spoke to Howard, and I think he agrees with me, is to have them put in the culvert pipes to start with. That way we don't have to worry about nothing. You know, I'm a firm believer on it. If you do it right the first time, you don't have to worry about it, do you? And so the main thing that concerns me, they want 3 interior roads, if I'm not wrong, Michael, right?
3 to 4, yes, ma'am.
Well, what we're gonna have a problem right there with them butting up to the shoulder of the road, to the asphalt. So we're gonna have to make sure that it's compacted down to where when those log trucks hit that lime rock to the pavement, that don't break off the shoulders of the road. And what I would advise to do in that area is to have someone from the road department, and Howard determine that, go out there and supervise it to make sure it's up to county standards. If forestry doesn't go with that, then put a road bond on them. That's what my suggestions would be.
Is that a form of a motion?
Yes, that's in the form of a motion.
Second.
We have a motion on the floor by Commissioner Sanders, second by Commissioner Lockley. Any further discussion by the board member?
Yeah, we don't,
Probably an
you don't
18 to
cover them second. They need to be in from the beginning.
Sir?
You don't need them covers.
Well, if you get rain or something, let's say if you get a lot of rain come in a day or two, and it don't take a whole lot of that ditch is stopped up. That water build up across that road, so.
That's why I say you need them in there in the beginning.
Yes, sir.
Any further discussion by the board? We do have a motion and a second. All those in favor? All opposed? That motion carries.
And one more thing, Commissioner, for Howard Lee's in front of you, you have your list for the addendum for the road paving project. That was with funds that were left over from the original project. I received this yesterday evening, it's not on my report. And then this morning, I received the notice to proceed and the contract. If you don't mind, board action to approve the contract contingent on Attorney Schuler's review. He has not had the opportunity to look at this. I just got this morning.
So
But-
moved. So
Second.
moved.
We have a motion on the floor by Commissioner Lockley, second by Commissioner Sanders. Any further discussion by the board?
Tell them to get started.
Yes, as soon as we get the documents processed, Commissioner, we will.
We do have a motion and a second on the floor. All those in favor? All opposed? That motion carries.
That's it, that's all I have for Howard.
Does the board have anything else for Howard?
One item, Mr. Chairman. Michael, can you get back up here for just a second, please? On my list, you've got the 67 guardrail guardrail repair, I thought we were gonna have that handled through our liability insurance. Did they not pay for it?
Oh, no, I don't double check with the finance office.
Well, before we pay for it out of the paving fund, make sure we're not getting reimbursed from our insurance company for it, because it was an accident somebody
Yeah.
did.
And
Sure
never
did.
found out who hit it either, so.
Well, it may be that it's just on that list of Casino Roberts is gonna do the work.
Or maybe that's, but we need to find out
Well-
who, because it's taking $7,723 out of the paving fund. and
Right, yeah, they're gonna do the
registered
work. It may be that we weren't having, it may be that we've got reimbursement from the insurance company, it's just.
fee.
this is a
Make
list
sure
of-
we get reimbursed.
I will, I'll
This
verify.
is just a list of what they're gonna do. I think,
Because that
yeah.
gives me $7,723 more that I can spend somewhere
That should be
else.
reimbursed to your funds. I got
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman. Michael, if you would, help let me know so I can call the people, so their cars and stuff won't be in the way out where in my district. Where
Okay,
they working at.
so notification ahead of time as to when they're paving that area, okay.
Yeah, 'cause they got cars they be parking on one of them.
Okay, I promise I won't move until you, I see it finished.
Anything else, Mr. Neighbor? Thank you, Howard. Next will be Mr. Fonda Davis, Solid Waste Director.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
There's a couple of things this morning. First one is the recycling on St. George Island. It's getting a lot of complaints of where it's located right now, which is in the alleyway of, right there near Harry Arnold's. It's congested, and also they need to remove their dumpsters and put them in the alley. So I would like to move the recycling further down in a different location. I think it's there on Pine. And also Alligator Point Recycling. I've been getting a lot of calls on that. Commissioner Sanders called me also. So we need to make a decision where to put it at. I think right there next to the fire station is one of the options, and we've been holding off on it. But
Yeah, speaking on Alligator Point, I can tell you, I'm ready to see the thing go back in there. And like I said, if you need some fence to put around it to keep it contained, use some of that fence that is down Harbor Circle that we need to have taken up anyway. But I think that's a good area that you've got right there. It's very visible to where, but yet it gives the people the opportunity to recycle again, because that is a big neighborhood that recycles a lot down there.
yes.
So we appreciate that. Thank you for all you do on that, Fonda.
If you have to, Fonda, put one of those cameras on.
Okay.
If you start having problems like we had before,
Yes.
put a camera on it where we can get a tag number and where the problems arise and we can take care of it.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yes, they have the small counties grant, solid waste grant, that chairman that you signed off on this morning. Just wanted to make the board aware that we've been approved for the $90,909, so.
Do we need a motion and a second in favor of it?
Make a motion?
Yes.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Massey, second by Commissioner Lockley to accept the solid waste grant. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? That motion carried.
Animal control area, we're doing pretty good. We had a little issue last week, but we took care of it with the help of the owner of the animals. She surrendered them at ease with no problem. Appreciate that. And on the park and rec, we have playground area at Verumen Park that's beginning to rust, and it's a safety issue. We did replace some with some new, but we also removed the old from the back of the area, the complex, and moved it up front to the new playground, and it's in bad shape. So right now, we're looking at trying to get some replacement parts, but if that's obsolete, we may have to just try to get some new stuff in. That's all I have for the board.
I have one thing, and then there's a addition to your report. Item number 3 on my report, Commissioners, inform the board that the Capital Beach bathroom renovation project is scheduled to start on May 15th, and without any delays, will end on July 28th. For the project to be completed as soon as possible, both bathrooms will be closed to the public during this time. I've asked Mr. Fonda Davis to arrange for 2 or 3 portlets or more as necessary to be placed there until the project is completed. But I know at one point we talked about half and half, but since we started so late, the quicker we get it done, the better we do, Commissioner. So just wanted to make everybody aware of that.
I would suggest at least 2 portlets for the female and 2 for the male.
Okay, that's handicappers. They run, we deal with Miles, Mr. Wilson. I know we want to keep it local, but he's not really in the business that much anymore. But Miles Plumbing, if you get the handicap unit, which we would need, and then twice a week service, I think we're looking at about $100-some.
A week?
Yes.
Hold on. There's more people in the business than them. Have you tried Talquin Porta Potty up there in Midway?
I have not.
They do a lot of business with the forestry around here at porta potties and all around the county. So you check with them and see, because I think that he might can beat that price.
Okay.
Fonda. I don't think.
It's kind of a bad time to be beginning the project right here in the middle of summer, but we
Yeah.
gotta
Just
do
see what you can get it for.
We gotta do what we gotta
Yeah,
do.
you gotta do it.
Them handicap cost more than the regular.
Right.
They, that with the sink on them and everything.
Just,
Just wide enough for it to get in.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna need the sink also. I'll check on that too.
Yeah, they make them handicapped and then outside they got a
Wash station.
wash
That's what we
station
get.
with the hand sink.
This
That's the
bo-
kind you need.
Okay.
You want it by motion, Michael? Or
Do you need it
just direct?
for your budget or?
Yes.
Yes. So we do need a motion on this.
Make a motion. Yeah,
Motion by Commissioner Massey, second by
me, second.
Commissioner Sanders. Any further discussion?
I just want to make sure we're, Mr. Chairman, that what we're motioning is for him to check for other prices and to do stuff for being able to wash their hands and everything. That's what we're motioning. Okay.
Get us the best price possible.
All right, sounds good.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? All opposed? That motion carries. Does the board have anything else from Commissioner?
I do, that's notice on the agenda here, and there's one thing, one other, Mr. Speed for the traveling basketball program of season and all these.
Okay, Mr. Speed, would you come forward, state your name for the record?
My name is Allison Charles Speed. Good morning, Commissioners. I came before you last year seeking funds for our traveling basketball program, and I come to you. And by the way, I want to thank you for your support last spring and summer. We did really well, and it helped our high school team do well this year. And as a matter of fact, I think if our big man hasn't hurt himself, we may have been in the States this year. I think that was the only downfall. Our big man hurt his foot. But I'm coming to you again this morning asking for your support for our traveling basketball team. Last year I asked you for $5,000, and this year I'm going to ask you for $6,000. You told me, Mr. Speed, we'll give you half of that, but go to the city and let them give you the other half. So I said, okay. And they also chipped in. So once again, I want to thank you for your support, and I hope you are able to help us out again this year.
One issue, I think you were directed last year to deal with Mr. Davis on this.
Yes, sir.
You know, we've had people come through with traveling baseball teams that wanted funding. We've had people come through with traveling this, traveling that, and it's created an issue when we support your traveling basketball program, but we don't support these other traveling sports teams. So it's becoming an issue that we're funding one entity and not the rest of them. Myself have worked with my kids were playing on traveling teams. We never came to the county for funding. We did car washes. The parents come out of their pockets, and normally I would have 2 or 3 youngins that would travel with me. We didn't have buses. We took cars. And then when you go to eat, you don't feed your family and leave 3 kids in the car. So I've been there, done that, fed these other kids that rode with me, you know, you need to look at different alternatives as far as trying to come to the county for this stuff. You need to be doing fundraising events, and I think last year we did tell you you had to start doing sign-ups, and they had to pay registration fees, and you know, you gotta look at other alternatives besides coming to the county looking for funding for this issue, because it's creating an issue for the board.
Well, we did do quite a bit of fundraising last year. Yes.
And of course, it's totally up to the board, but I was just wanting to make Mr. Speed aware that other people have contacted me wanting money for their traveling teams, and we just normally don't do that. Didn't do it when I was participating anyway, which was many, many years ago, but.
You mean when you were playing?
No, my kids. My kids, sir.
Okay.
Having to support my youngins and take my youngins around the
Right.
southeast here
Right.
playing.
Well, quite a
That
few
was more or
parents-
less baseball,
Yes,
not
sir, but
basketball,
parents
football.
do that. Parents do drive their young person games, and so this is not for the parents. This is for fees for the game, for registration and that sort of thing. And I have put my own funds out there for some of the things that we have done.
That's what I was referring to. We all have.
Yes, sir.
We all have.
Yes, sir.
Is basketball season over now?
Well, with the school it is, but not with the kids still, to get better, they need to continue to play.
I make a motion we give them 1,500.
We have a motion on the floor by Commissioner Lockley to contribute $1,500 to the traveling basketball program. Do we have a second?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
If I may, before we go any further, I need to tell you that the only reason I'm being silent and tell the audience, I have 3 kids that are involved in this program, so I believe it would be a conflict of interest for me to be saying anything. That's why I haven't.
Mr. Morone, Shooter, you'll have to get him the
Yes.
correct form for that.
We'll get the Form 8B.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Massey. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? The motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Does the board have anything else for Mr. Davis?
That's
I
coming
do.
out of Park and Rec.
I do.
Okay.
Okay.
I got to listen to it. The soccer field is in the process of being regrassed over in Carabel. It looks good. They were out there doing the topographical stuff this morning. 2 things. I gotten some concerns by some grandparents that were sitting behind the I guess it'd be the home plate over there in East Point, and they're still worried that there's not enough netting there and the balls are gonna hit somebody. So I don't know what to tell you to do. I'm just bringing it to your attention.
Okay. I'm
Also-
gonna leave here and go pick up the netting. We had Thompson Net Shop to get the netting for us.
Okay, good.
But in order to, we're gonna have to get another pole installed, so now that's where we're at trying to.
Okay, but you're in the process of doing that.
Yes, ma'am.
Grandparents are concerned,
I
and so I'm
understand.
just letting you know. And then the other thing is, I talked to you earlier about this. I saw some parks up there in Tallahassee. I went through some back roads the other day, and they had some canvas-looking canopies or something that goes over the bleachers. Can you look into that and see, because I know in the summertime when they're playing ball out there, that it gets real hot on them, and I was just wondering maybe we might could have, you know, some of the canopies over there, something, to
Okay.
make it look a little bit better and to be keeping somebody from getting too hot. But just look into the prices and bring it back to the board.
Okay.
And see
And
what
that's
you
for
can-
all complex?
Yeah, yeah, and just see what we can do, and that would be in the bleacher area. Because we've got the little pavilion type little things sitting around on different things. But
Okay.
just see what we got, and bring it back to the board and let us discuss it.
Mr. Lockley, in your previous motion, was you directing Fonda to take that out of his budget?
Yeah, take it out the
$1,500? Just
Read that.
clarification.
Yeah, take it out the budget.
Okay.
They have to, they don't get nothing for the gym and everything, and the proceeds, they go over to the gym out there, right?
The
When they-
If I may, Mr. Commissioner, I think, just being involved with the program, I think a lot of that is done through the city of Appalachia. In other words, as far as the gym and the funding they get for Game Speed basketball group out of Tallahassee, my oldest son's been playing with for the last couple of summers. Somehow it's all connected, but it's all through grants and it's done through the city.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
said. They have to pay for that.
Okay, does the board have anything else for Mr. Davis? Thank you, Fonda.
Okay, thank you all.
Next will be Ms. Pam Brunell, Emergency Management Director.
You got it in your phone?
Yeah, he got it.
Recovery from the back surgery.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
He submitted a written report.
There were no action items on her report that I saw, so.
Okay, she's recovering from back surgery. I forgot about that. Okay, next would be Mr. Eric Lovestrand.
And
I
Eric
think
is-
he's out too.
He's attending a conference, email, somewhere for the University of the US, and his program, his IFAS program. But, Commissioners, if you don't mind, item number 2 on my report, Eric was here, bring it up at the same time anyway. Duke Energy's informed county staff that their herbicide contractors will be patrolling power lines in areas where tree trimming and removal was done in 2016. They will identify and spray resprouting vegetation that is incompatible under the lines using low-value selective herbicide applications. This program will be done during the second and third quarter of 2017. I got a breakdown of the herbicide application from Duke Energy and sent it to Mr. Eric Lovestrand. Mr. Lovestrand stated that it is the same exact mix that Duke used last year. I attached a copy of the report he sent the board last year.
Discussion by the board.
I've got something to say about it, because the majority of the spraying was in Office 67 and all. I'm opposed to this. And what I would like to do is ask Mr. Eric Lovestrand with the University of Florida, what product does he think he could, recommend to Duke Energy? And I know Duke Energy has all those big sophisticated people and all, but we're talking about little old Franklin County here, and we love it more than anything else in this world. We don't want to spray nothing that's going to hurt any of our water bodies or anything. I would ask Mr. Eric Lovestrand to recommend what he thinks would be good, and then send a letter to Duke Energy, and this is a motion. Send a letter to Duke Energy recommending this per Mr. Eric Lovestrand, and letting them know that we're opposed to the herbicide that they used last year.
I second that.
We have a motion on the floor by Commissioner Sanders, second by Commissioner Massey. Any further discussion by the board?
Yeah, all that stuff, eventually, it's gonna go to one of them ditches and fall in that bay out there. So we need to make sure we ain't putting nothing harm. It's already sick and back gone, so we need to make sure we ain't putting nothing else in that'll hurt the people.
Yeah, they killed all the grass at East Point down from the highway patrol station back. They burned all the grass up on the side of the road.
Okay.
Miss Liz's place there, it burned all her grass up, all of them, her yard and her ditch. I was over there, it cooked the grass.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? That motion carries.